anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Will two unexpected heroes join hands to save the MCU, or is that just a fan thought? Reynolds has roped in his old buddy Hugh Jackman, who played Wolverine, the guy with knives for hands.
Let's fucking go.
Wolverine has been officially dead since 2017's Logan. 20th Century Fox, the studio behind Deadpool and the X-Men, got snatched up by Disney, Marvel Studios. That means Deadpool is entering the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the future. People couldn't stop guessing when we'd see Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool join the Marvel movie gang. Some even thought they spotted him in a Doctor Strange poster, but that was just wishful thinking. Still, with all this talk about multiple universes, word on the street says it's going to be packed with surprise visits from other Marvel heroes. Kelsey Grammer's Beast from the X-Men. There's a hint he might pop up in the Marvels. Deadpool 3 is sticking to its R rating, which has folks debating. We see Deadpool mixing it up in the family-friendly Marvel world as a big deal. But don't worry, the folks behind the movie promise he won't lose his edge. Do we know the sarcastic, joke-cracking guy we all love? They haven't slammed the brakes on any of his jokes yet, which is great news. But besides that, there's not much more to spill. Even the trailer doesn't spill many beans, except that it's gonna be a buddy movie with Jackman's Wolverine fighting some big bad guy. Wolverine, who we thought was gone after Logan, is back, growling and all. We're still not sure how they're gonna explain that one, but Reynolds promises it won't ruin Wolverine's epic ending. The trailer shows Deadpool and Wolverine teaming up reluctantly, but also shooting each other and hitting some sensitive spots. But when you can both heal super fast, nothing's off limits. We got a sneak peek at Matthew McFadden and Emma Corrin joining the Marvel gang for the first time. Reynolds first played Wade Wilson in X-Men Origins Wolverine back in 2009, and fans have been waiting to see him team up with his old buddy Hugh Jackman ever since. It's been a long wait, but it looks like it's finally happening. When they announced that Jackman was joining Deadpool and Wolverine in 2022, it was a big surprise. After all, he said goodbye to the character in 2017's Logan in a pretty final way. But they promise the timelines won't mess up, and let's be honest, it's always a riot to watch Jackman and Reynolds pretend they can't stand each other. Emma Corrin and Matthew McFadden jumping into the Marvel world for the first time. They're making sure the British bad guy quota stays filled. While we're not sure who Corrin is playing yet, the trailer hints she might be Cassandra Nova. McFadden is diving into another big organizational mess. He's playing a guy named Paradox, who seems mixed up with the Time Variance Authority, which we met in the Loki TV show. On another note, we're seeing some familiar faces return. Rob Delaney, Morena Baccarin, and Karen Sony are all coming back for the ride. And there's some buzz going around that Josh Brolin's Cable and Jennifer Garner's Elektra might make a comeback too. It's been going through a rough patch lately. Some of their recent movies, like The Marvels, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and Eternals, haven't been hitting the mark with fans or critics. It seems like people are getting a bit tired of the same old superhero stuff. Marvel needs something fresh to spice things up. Good news for Marvel fans. Matthew Vaughn, the director of Argylle, thinks Deadpool 3 could give the whole Marvel gang a much-needed boost. He was chatting on Bro Bible's post-credit podcast during the Argylle press tour and spilled some beans. Vaughn, who directed X-Men First Class back in 2011, thinks this movie will shake things up big time. He says it's like a shot in the arm for the Marvel Universe, bringing it back to life. He's pretty convinced that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are going to be the heroes that save the day for Marvel. Marvel's been going through some rough patches lately, but they've got some great secret weapons up their sleeves. X-Men. When Disney bought 20th Century Fox, they've got the rights to the X-Men movies. After that, get ready for the Fantastic Four. They've already picked their cast and are aiming for a 2025 release. Deadpool 3 is almost here. They finished filming in January and it's hitting theaters this summer on July 26th. While Marvel's been facing some challenges, Deadpool and Wolverine is like a ray of sunshine in the storm. Fans are super excited about it, especially since it's bringing Deadpool into the MCU world. It's a big deal, and could change everything. Even though the first two Deadpool movies were smash hits, Disney's got some extra tricks up its sleeve for the third one. With Hugh Jackman's Wolverine making a comeback and all the wild multiverse stuff going on, this movie could be just what the Doctor ordered for the MCU. The MCU's got some other issues to sort out too. With that track record and a long wait since the last movie, it's pretty clear that Deadpool 3 is gonna be a hit. No doubt about it. We know. Deadpool's always been a big deal, even before joining the MCU. If Hugh Jackman's Wolverine made a comeback on its own, it would have still been huge. But now that they're joining forces in the MCU, it's like adding fuel to the fire. Deadpool and Wolverine are bound to break records. But even with Deadpool and Wolverine coming to the rescue, the MCU's got some problems to sort out. Lately, their movies haven't been hitting the mark, and it's showing in their box office numbers. They keep introducing new heroes and stories, and people are starting to feel a bit tired of all the superhero stuff. So while Deadpool and Wolverine might give the MCU a boost, it won't solve all their problems overnight. We have seen hints of the multiverse in movies like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but Deadpool and Wolverine are going all in. The movie is going to wrap up some big storylines, like Loki's Time Variance Authority, and officially close the chapter on the Fox Marvel Universe. Deadpool is a key player in the Fox world, and now he's teaming up with Wolverine, who was off limits to Disney until now. So Deadpool and Wolverine might just be the piece that completes the multiverse puzzle and makes Phase 4 to 5 of the MCU worth it. There's a ton of buzz around Deadpool and Wolverine, which is Marvel Studios' only movie coming out in 2024. Fans have been waiting forever to see Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine together. The first trailer broke records with 365 million views in 24 hours. It set a new record for F-bombs, dropping more than any other Marvel movie, all in under 3 minutes. Now comes the tough part, making a movie that lives up to all this excitement and keeps the Deadpool franchise going strong under Marvel. The trailer gives us a sneak peek, but not much else. Here's what we know. Deadpool's gonna try to convince Wolverine to help save the world. Cassandra Nova, played by Emma Corrin from The Crown. She's Professor X's evil twin sister, and she's got a seriously dark backstory from the comics. Deadpool and Wolverine team up to take her down, but how it all goes down, who else shows up, and why, it's all up in the air for now. We'll just have to wait and see. Director Sean Levy has already delivered on one promise. The latest trailer showed that he and his team are sticking to the same raunchy vibe as the previous Deadpool movies, even though Deadpool and Wolverine is now part of the official MCU. We know, the MCU usually keeps it clean, so this is a big deal. Another thing Levy mentioned in an interview with the Associated Press is that you don't need to be a die-hard MCU fan to enjoy his movie. Levy told the AP that he was a good student back in school, but when it comes to movies, he's not interested in doing homework. He's talking about how the MCU has a ton of movies with lots of connected stories and characters, which can feel overwhelming. Deadpool and Wolverine isn't part of Phase 5 of the MCU, and Levy says you don't need to know all that backstory to enjoy it. So, no need to worry about any barriers getting in the way of enjoying the movie. Levy added that this is great news for fans of Reynolds and Jackman who might not be MCU experts. It doesn't mean Deadpool and Wolverine won't fit into the bigger MCU picture. It does, but most of the fun and jokes are for everyone, even if you've never heard of the Time Variance Authority or if the sight of a giant severed head in the trailer freaks you out. Even if you're not a die-hard Marvel fan, Deadpool and Wolverine might still catch your eye. This movie has a vibe that could draw in folks who don't usually go for superhero stuff. Levy told the AP that the chemistry between Reynolds and Jackman is so good, it might even remind some people of classic buddy movies like Midnight Run or 48 Hours. So even if you're not into the superhero scene, this movie might still be worth checking out. Do you think they will in fact team up? Let us know in the comments down below. Also hit the like and subscribe button before you go. We'll see you all in the next one.